Gemini, what is up? Thanks so much for tuning in. Welcome to the channel. I'm Deborah. This is Purusha Intuitive, and we are looking at your weekly energy for, well, it's timeless, guys. as long as the message resonates, it's meant for you. Stillness. This has been popping out a lot as I've been shuffling, so that concept of really taking time to step back, withdraw, reflect, go within. We are, if you are watching this in real time, we're on the, there's a full moon tomorrow, bringing up a lot of heightened energies, really feeling, sensing into. We're also at the tail end of Pisces season. So the full moon's in Virgo, which is all about balance, our health, our well-being, etc. It's a very grounding energy. And for the most part, things are positively aspected. Depending on your chart, where things are happening in your life will dictate. There is this energy to be a little bit codependent, needy, needing validation, love, acceptance. And the Uranian energy kind of will encourage us to bring our walls down. So be really mindful about the people, places, and things that you're dealing with right now. Gemini, yeah, make sure your ego is not getting too much into play. Something is feeding your ego though right now, you know, and it feels good, right? That ego validation is great. I was gonna say it's like the instant gratification that's so prominent in, you know, our cultures nowadays, that like it feels good, but there's always that deep underneath that we know something is amiss. And I think whatever that is for you, it is going to come to light with that oracle card. This to me is very much like the Tower in the tarot deck. It's when sudden revelations come in that completely just flip the script on how we were looking at something, seeing it, seeing the other person, what we thought. That oracle is like, nope, tricked ya. I'm actually going to show you. And I feel like it, you know, no shade to you guys, just saying it as it is a little bit of a blow to your ego, because you felt very, it feels very justified in this, right? I love how this deck cultivates that ego though, because it's like the ego does really shed it takes away from our spiritual connection. I think ego is a good thing. We all need it, you know, we need that pride and sense of, you know, self-gratification so we can do whatever it is we're trying to do. It just becomes an issue when we let it cloud our judgment, cloud our spiritual sensing, knowing. But like I said, with that oracle coming into play, you're going to have this revelation and you're going to see what you've attached yourself to. This is a really tough energy for you this week, Gemini. I'm really sorry. I hate to be the bearer of bad news. I try to make my readings. Now, I shouldn't say make them. I like being honest, but I also think there's always a way to move forward, right? I don't like all the doom and gloom BS. Maybe that's why I don't have a lot of followers, which is fine. I like my little rose-colored utopia. I was just saying that to a friend today. People are crazy. I'm just seeing the way people act and behave, right? But that kind of goes exactly back to this Damien, because we have to know what we are chaining ourselves to. And unfortunately, it's not really the most favorable thing. But that's because, again, going back to this ego card, that's kind of, when we let our ego get the best of us, then it can be a little sticky sticks, yeah. I like this fire energy for you, though. Gemini, because I think like I said, it's going to bring a lot of things to light that you need to see, and it's going to be the inspiration that you need to get out of this, you know. Sorry for my big hand, my big fingies. Yeah, justice is at the bottom. So having more of a diplomatic perspective when it comes to this situation. Justice is ruled by Libra. It's the scales. So the balancing of, you know, if you've gone too far one way, then you got to go back the other, right? To kind of get that balance back into play. Like I said, it's not a crapshoot. It might be a little bit of a messy week. It might be a little humbling, you know, swallowing our pride. Not an easy thing to do. But I think it's about not shaming yourself and just saying, you know what, this sucks. I hate that I've gotten myself into this. But there is always a way out, right? We as humans are so amazing. Like just our potential to create and be inventive and maneuver in and out of situations. I think it's tapping into that energy, especially for you, Gemini, because you deal so well with the duality in things, right? Okay, so Two of Cups. It could be love, it could be a relationship, or, you know, even someone you do really care about. Two of Cups is partnership. It doesn't have to be romantic. This is someone I feel like you do have good synergy with in a way. There's that Justice card. You know, Justice also has kind of that balancing of forces. It's interesting too, because if you look in this corner, right, if you can see it without the glare, that it's like the little devil angel, you know, trying to pull things in his favor. So definitely be mindful of this person, place, or thing that is bringing you down. Be mindful how much of a grip, how much of your power you're giving to it. Because what I'm seeing is there is potential opportunity if you're dealing with someone specific where maybe there has been a lot of sadness, heartbreak, disappointment. Maybe you're only looking at that part of it and not the potential of what can unfold. Being, you know, it could be someone who is a little bit more emotional. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio with that King of Cups. That's coming through in your energy. But I almost hear this as like emotional control and manipulation. Someone who's not being balanced. Someone who wants to have the upper hand. Yeah. And it's making you feel really left out. Right? The Five of Pentacles, like, I hate this energy because it's like when people manipulate us, when they make us feel like rejected or cast off, it's so much easier to give our power to them, right? Because we feel unworthy. It takes a lot to stand up in the face of that kind of a dynamic. With this Virgo energy coming for you, I feel like this is about a lot, like we talked about really in the very beginning, taking the time to distance yourself. Take a hike in the woods, go out for quiet reflection, meditation, grounding. Your safe space, right? The place that you have for yourself that allows you to, you know, really tune in and listen to what's going on. You need that right now. Money could be at play. Let's see a little bit more about this situation for, yeah, so there is kind of like some greed going on, either with this other person or situation. Maybe needing money, feeling really stressed out, so they're not, yeah, there's a lot of stress for them. So they're doing a lot of self-protecting. Is this that? Yeah, I mean, I hear it as like, I don't know. It's like, I feel like, let me clarify with one more, because it's like they're not making a decision. Maybe they're not communicating with you. Maybe they're more focused on their stress, all the stuff that they have going on. Yeah, there's that 2 of Pentacles, 2 of Swords. So we have 3 2s out on the board. So this is a lot about balancing, juggling, but also needing to make a decision one way or the other. And it doesn't really look like anything's moving forward. It's almost like this ego energy is keeping things stagnant, keeping things where they are. Maybe you are doing a little bit of I don't know, like you or someone could be penalizing the other person, especially with that 5 of Coins. I'm not going to give in. I'm not going to show you that this hurts me. Instead, I put up my walls, my boundaries. But it's interesting because there still is a lot of opportunity within this situation. And I feel like perhaps that's what you will be finding out, you know. I think that whatever comes to light for you, Gemini, is actually going to be a blessing in disguise. Like I said, it might be a little bit humbling, a little bitter pill to swallow. But this is basically talking about the need to be more diplomatic, right? I mean, you could be that King of Cups, being too emotional about this person or situation, so therefore letting your ego get the best of you. Needing to really tune in and ground into, because there's abundance, right? Between this Queen of Pentacles, I apologize for the glare, Queen of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, 4 of Wands. There's a lot of happiness, and this is our stability, right? This is what we're looking for. But with all these 2s floating around, we can't really find that grounding because it's playing games is what I'm hearing, you know. Either someone's playing games with you or vice versa. You'll know, obviously. I'm not throwing shade at anyone. We all do it, right? It's like, it's our ego. It's when our ego gets the best of us, and we need to kind of check in a little bit. And if we don't check in, unfortunately, this is what ends up happening, which is not fun. It was 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock. So I love that energy for you, Gemini, because it's like Spirit is guiding and directing you. We just need to take some time to go within and reflect. Why are we doing what we're doing? Why are we saying the things, making the choices? Is it coming from that space of integrity and how it needs to be? Or is it coming from that place of penalization, teaching a lesson, but also at the cost of you? Like, that's the thing. Whomever is kind of being the manipulator, it's costing them as well, you know? So let's see how this is going to move forward for you guys this week. I love that. So really coming together. I think that this, like I said, will be that blessing in disguise. You know, not everything has to be big, bad, and scary. Obviously, that's not at this channel. But I think it's going to help shift the perspective of the harmony, the opportunity that's available, the love, the synergy. The Lovers is such a beautiful vibe. Yeah, complete clarity around this. The Lovers is such a beautiful vibe, you know, regardless of whether it's romantic or not. It doesn't have to be. But that really talks about like being able to find that beautiful harmony between one another. Really working with the energy in order to make it like highest and best for both people. It's going to shed a lot of light on it. It's going to change the way things are kind of playing out. So for you, giving grace, you know, sometimes we do have to take a step back, not letting our ego get the best of us. Like we see for them, it's about empowering themselves. Maybe this person is too emotional. Maybe they aren't very strong. Maybe they've really had to work on that power. you know, being able to discern. I do love that. This is really good. So that's great because it's like, you know, again, sometimes things look a certain way, but in reality, they might not be, right? And that's where we kind of have to humble ourselves, either have the conversation, the communication to figure out what it really is, who this person really is. Are they worth your time and your energy, or are they just kind of like an a-hole, you know? That could be too for some of you. I feel like that's a smaller portion because this is very much set on, you know, surrounding you, bringing to light some of the things that you've allowed your ego to get the best of. And that's where this discernment will come into play. I feel like once things come to head, it's going to really lessen a lot of the tension, a lot of the conflict that you're facing. I feel like it's going to help make it softer for you too. And then you're also finding, like I said, a way to really dig deep into your power. And what I love about that element is its new creative potential. It's really allowing you to broaden your horizons. So I hope this helped, Gemini. I'm sending so much love and blessings to whatever you're navigating through. These things are not easy. I am here to support in whatever way, whether it's through the video. You can reach out for a personal reading, energy healing, wellness consult. Definitely big thumbs up if it resonated. Drop comments below. I love to build and grow the community. Lots of love and blessings.